Green lanes, Cumbria and Gloucestershire. This is a rare opportunity to ride on a sand tidal byway. There are not many places in the UK where you are able to do this legally. Please refer to the note in Did You Know, as there was originally confusion with the authorities as to if this was a legal through route or not. This trail is only possible at low tide. Most of the trail will be underwater at high tide. Do not attempt this trail on an incoming tide due to the obvious danger aspect of getting cut off with the added possibility of losing your bike. The tides in the surrounding area come in extremely quickly due to the flat surrounding area. Be aware that your bike will be covered in sand, mud and salt water at the end of the trail, and make sure you wash your bike as soon as possible afterwards. This trail can be attempted in both directions. At the start of the trail there is a freshwater river to ford, so if you do this trail in reverse then you have a good start to cleaning your bike at this spot. A lot of people raise concerns when riding through salt water and sand. Remember though, how different is it than riding through a typical British winter with grit all over the roads. Starting at a car park, take note of the tidal warning signs and proceed down the sandy path heading to the coast. This is extremely loose sand which is difficult to ride through. Speed helps, but be wary of any other path users as the path isn't very wide. 2 to 3. Proceed through a ford and continue on a four-wheel drive track, which then leads back into the river you have just crossed. 3 to 4. Turn to the right and follow the river heading towards the rocky outcrop ahead. This section is hard compact sand and it is all too easy to gain speed. Certainly be aware of this trail, and a recommended TIF 20 miles per hour max is advisable. You will have to cross the river once more before reaching the rocky section. You have a choice at the rocks. Either stick to the hard compact sands and bypass the rocks, or enter the rocky section. Be warned, this is not easy. You are entering a rock pool area, and the rocks are covered in slippery seaweed. As you go around the headland the rocks give way to salt marsh, and if you get stuck here the underlying mud is deep and very smelly. 5 to 6. The conditions change once more as you get to the pebble beach. Lots of fist-sized rocks that are not easy to ride over. This section soon ends though and sand takes over once more. This section is fantastic. Hard compact sands that stretch towards Ascombe Pier in the distance. Remember the 20 miles per hour advised speed limit. You are not in the Dakar. There are other users including possible families with children and occasional horse riders. 6 to 7. At the end of the beach you will see the way under the pier. This section is above the high tide and the sand is very loose. Take care. As you go under the bridge the views to the lure and distance are amazing. Continue on this sandy trail until you see a wooden bridge to the left. Take this bridge, do not continue into the lifeboat station. 7 to 8. This next section is again different. Lots of loose sand and shingle. As you reach the end of the stuff, more mud appears as the trail once again drops below the high water mark. This section is very muddy and slippery. Continue to the exit point. This is not easy to spot from the coast, but look for the large post on the right. This indicates the exit. 9 to 10. If you view this trail on Trailwise it is indicated as a no-through route. The byway is supposed to end a few meters out at sea and the obvious exit is not allowed by any mechanically propelled vehicle. I queried this with Cumbria National Park Authority, and this is indeed a valid exit to this trail. See Did You Know, at Dudon Road. There are large rock boulders blocking the route for four-wheel drive vehicles, but bikes can get around.